Hey guys! Welcome to Couple. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. A Pearl Harbor survivor who pushed to identify buried unknown remains from the 1941 attack died Monday at age 97. Ray Emery lived through the early morning Japanese aerial bombing but never forgot those who didn't. He spent the past few decades doggedly pushing for those unknown buried remains to be dug up, identified and returned to their families. Emery died peacefully and without pain in a hospital in Boise, Idaho, according to his family, said Billy Dowdy, Deputy Director of Public Affairs for Navy Region Hawaii. He recently moved to Boise to live with his son. He left Hawaii because his wife had died and he didn't have any family in Hawaii. He planned to go fishing in Idaho. Before moving, he visited Pearl Harbor one last time in June. More than 500 sailors stood side by side on ships and piers to surprise him. They greeted him with salutes and cheers. Chief Emery fought back that day, manning his machine gun, taking on enemy planes, Rear Admiral Brian Fort, Commander, Navy Region Hawaii and Naval Surface Group Middle Pacific, said at the ceremony honoring Emery. He continued to fight on throughout the war in the Pacific. He and his buddies, with help from the home front, helped create an unprecedented era of peace, stability, and prosperity. Victory at the end of World War II was Ray's finest hour. During the attack on Pearl Harbor, Emery managed to fire a few rounds at the airplanes that dropped the torpedoes. He still had an empty bullet casing that fell to his ship deck. In 2012, the Navy and National Park Service recognized Emery for his work with the military and Department of Veterans Affairs to honor and remember Pearl Harbor's dead. Bureaucrats didn't welcome his efforts, at least not initially. Emery says they politely told him to go you-know-where. It didn't deter him. First, thanks to legislation sponsored by the late U.S. Representative Patsy Mink of Hawaii, he managed to get gravestones for unknowns from the USS Arizona marked with name of their battleship. In 2003, the military agreed to dig up a casket that Emery was convinced, after meticulously studying records, included the remains of multiple USS Oklahoma servicemen. Emery was right, and 5 sailors were identified. It helped lay the foundation for the Pentagon's decision more than a decade later to exhume and attempt to identify all 388 sailors and Marines from the USS Oklahoma who had been buried as unknowns in a national cemetery in Honolulu.